Good morning. Welcome to Number Monday Reflections. This is where I read some calming poetry, one of my own and one by a poet I really admire. And there's also a topic or word of the week that we can all focus on. So, as I said in the last video, this is the last one of the series. Thank you all for watching. It feels very weird. But yeah, we're going on a hiatus, and then I'll be thinking kind of the next kind of poetry stuff I'll be doing. But of course, the video is available here on my Instagram, and also they'll be on my YouTube in case you want to listen to a particular topic or kind of word again, or the poems that I mentioned. I guess a little plug. Feel free to like and subscribe to the YouTube. So this topic is going to be on anxiety, and ironically, this is the one I was most anxious to do, so I left it last. But yeah, it's the right time to do this, I think. So I'm going to read a poem. It's called Nirvana, and I wrote this poem because I was really fortunate enough to take part in Apple Snake's home event that they did, an online series during lockdown, and I was commissioned to write a poem about the environment. And so of course no one knew lockdown or anything like this or COVID would be happening, and so that inspired the poem. But I wanted to write it looking at it, imagining the day lockdown is completely over, like what the day it's announced, what that would feel like, how that would be. And so this poem is called Nirvana, and it's kind of about this sort of relief and this kind of state of bliss. The sound of sirens ring through the airways. All around noise and clamber. The blonde-haired man says it's all over, and to tie together the strands that have been torn apart. As we take back control, stepping out into the unknown, breathe in. The air is crisp and colder than I remember. The smell of the breeze I can't describe. Bathed in light, covered in this bliss, I miss you. The light is so blinding I can barely see. Your frame shines in the distance, so much so that the darkness is now just a shadow smothered in light. This road leads down so many paths. Take perfect control of this. Give me the words I long to say. Help me to put into words this state of feeling, this relief. We got through this. Despite the loss and what we gave up, we got through this. Despite the isolating and all its cost, we got through this. We did, and we will. Yeah, thank you. And it's really funny. So even thinking about Monday Reflections, this has been something I'm really glad I was able to take part in and read so many fantastic poetry. But I was really anxious about doing this, because I think that when I look at some of my contemporaries and some people that I really admire in poetry, they've been doing videos for a lot longer, and although I had the poetry, I've not really done kind of poetry video or done like a YouTube thing. And so there was kind of this sort of thing about how do I go about it, and I was worried about lighting and positioning the phone and things like that. But I think for me, I was able to just kind of just go and just do it, because I had to really contextualize why I'm doing this. What is the purpose? What do I want to achieve? Why do I want to help people? And then kind of rationalize it, that did the world stop? And I think that sometimes with anxiety, it's one of those ones that affects us all. And I think there's, I wouldn't say anxiety is healthy, but it's normal and it's healthy to care about something, to want something to do well, to be invested in something being as good as it can be. But I think the problem is when it kind of creeps into this really foreboding, overriding deep control of your life, where you can't make a decision, when you can't do something because of that anxiety, because of that worry and that fear. And I think that's when it becomes this really worrisome kind of problem. And I definitely feel for a lot of people I know have been going through anxiety, and I'm glad that with those people they've seek the appropriate help. But I think, using an example of my reflection, I think for me what helped me is to kind of contextualize what I'm trying to do and to try and rationalize as best I can. And I definitely think for this week, I'm hopeful we can all take that first step. So it could be something that you're really anxious about doing. It could be about having a certain conversation. It could be about writing something, making something. I feel like even if it's just writing the skeleton of what you want to say, researching on particular products, or beginning that initial dialogue, just that first step, I think, because it's almost like the poem says, it's taking the step out into the unknown. And for some people, they're able to just dive straight in and just do it and suspend their thinking and just act, and that is fantastic. But if you're not someone like that, if you're someone who overthinks, like a few people I know, then I'd say to just breathe, know that you've got this, you can do this, and that just one step forward, that's all you need to look at. So thank you. I'm gonna read a poem by a poet Ed Meyer. So his it's funny how, again, his government name is Rick Saunders, but he's known as Willis the Poet. And oh god, the first time I saw him was at Script Stuff in Leamington, and he's a comedic poet, and I think his style is so cool because it's very witty and sharp but really funny, and he has these kind of short poems and quips but longer poems, and there's little twists in his writing which I really enjoy. But I'm reading a really kind of different style, a really beautiful poem that he I believe it's a new one that he wrote, kind of again lockdown inspired. But I definitely recommend that you guys check him out, check out his YouTube, like and follow me and like follow him. And he also does this radio poet show called Broom Poets. Well, if you type in Broom Radio, and that's basically BRUM, Birmingham. You type in that, and he does this poet show. I was really fortunate to be one of those people he interviewed last year. So if you had time, you want to watch this, you want to watch videos, you can listen to the video. I believe November 24th last year, number 2, and I was with a really great poet called Jane James. But yeah, Rick is just awesome, and definitely check out Broom Radio and his YouTube. But I'm gonna read this poem that he has done, and it is called Lockdown. Wash your hands. Don't wash your hands. Only wash your hands if you've been out to get petrol, or walk the dog, been to the shops, or receive a parcel through the post, socially distanced in the park with a friend, done a shift at work, or put the bins out, or brought the bins back in, clapped a lot, stood on the doorstep, breathed in the fresh air and watched the sunset. Don't wash your hands if you haven't been out in 3 months. If you've been inside all the time with just the telly and the radio for company, no friends and family around you, no pets, no reason to go out, no visitors, no social care, no interaction, no one. No different to every other day. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Support the NHS. So, thank you. So yeah, a very beautiful quote by Rick. But But no, I just want to thank you all for watching and being so supportive, with the likes and the comments. It's very sweet. And yeah, so I'm going to say stay safe, lots of love, and I will see you all around soon. Okay, bye.